Okay, we back. It's a little earlier in the day than normal. I am going to make some progress. I wanted to check out more Trumbull County. I mean, I'll be honest. This is sweet, sweet nostalgia, but it's more than that. This is the best map I've seen so far. By far, Providence Ridge was cool. Meager Valley was the favorite, but they really did a number on the Trumbull County map, so I was super pumped to get back in. But this is a community that's struggling, to say the least. So I did get Oz back home last night. Barely. She's completely messed up. Aries now, our only hope. Managed to not get sick. We saved her life so that the community may live. And here's the goal. We have 494 influence. I believe we need 750 to get the a recruit. In fact, I'm nearly positive that's the case. So let me see if I have any trade goods. I know I have some. Even these notes can be sold. That backpack can be sold. Everything's of value here in the old nightmare. And, oh, she came to the base. That's perfect. If I can at least get a pyro launcher, I can start knocking out infestations. Knock out enough infestations to 250. Damn. But I can't afford it, so obviously I'm going to need the pyro launcher at some point. Be able to craft some ammo for it. I'm going to buy all the ammo because that's going to be it for us for a while. Now, does she have... Don't they also usually have the crafting station? I like those explosives too. So influence is our big limiting factor right now. But the inclusion of the pyro launcher here means that we can dispense with zombies much more efficiently. Oh, here we go.
I'm reaching out because I'm worried about my friend Ray Santos. He hasn't been answering his radio, and I'm getting a little worried. I'm sure it's nothing, but I'd appreciate it if someone could check and make sure everything is okay.
Okay, we're gonna go do that. Screw the clearing the infestation. Oh, well, I should still clear the infestation, to be honest. But yeah, that's, okay, so they're considered main story missions. Interesting. Not only will we gain influence, but the main reason we're doing Trumbull is to hear this story. I'm gonna clear this infestation first. Do I have any gas? Okay, we do have gas. I should probably put all that stuff back in the vehicle, and I should grab a sidearm in case of ferals. I'll keep the painkillers on me. These infestations are growing a little too far, too much. I want to recruit that group. I'm not going to be able to do their mission. There's no doubt about that. But so much for the painkillers, right? But I do plan on... Better grab some gas just in case. And I was going to grab a sidearm. They have a medicine expert, and that's who I would like in the community. I want to go ahead and start trying to get a pathologist. The thing is, I think I could give them a rucksack of food if I can't get the influence quick enough. That's just a flag outpost. It shows a flag, but it gives fuel. That's weird. I think they've completely re-evaluated outposts. There's so few now that you can actually turn into outposts. And with the plague territory, so few areas. They must have felt that outposts were, like, way overpowered. But yet they made them more powerful. So I guess they just tried to make them more valuable and tried to make it more balanced in that way. I do miss being able to build outposts virtually anywhere, though. That's a little disappointing. I don't know why that's not a thing. I guess it allows them to balance the map easier. That was pretty awful. What is going on here? Especially when I need to be conservative with this ammo. Just hope things don't get too crazy. I might clear it right there. Oh, that was bad. Okay, looks like we definitely got to get warmed up here for the day. Probably shoot a couple episodes, take a break, and come back. I don't know what the evening holds. In this case, usually it means the nephew's coming over and family and stuff. That's why I wanted to record early, because I don't know how much I'll actually get to work today. I had a few different projects I wanted to do today, but we had the city come out to look at our water lines because our plumbing's been backing up a lot, often. It's really annoying, and so we were hoping the city would actually blow the lines out and maybe snake them, but they showed up. They weren't impolite or anything, but they showed up, looked around, said, yeah, we can't help you, the water's flowing, and left. And I get it, it's Friday, it's raining, but I'm really sick of digging in shit and having to have the sewer lines back up on me, and kind of chaos that is. The annoying chaos that's bringing to my life to a degree. I mean, it is. It's more humiliating than anything, actually. It's weird. There's something very humiliating in it. Especially not being, you know, it's not like I'm getting paid. I think it's partly because I don't all the way know what I'm doing. I'm not a plumber. I know enough to fix common problems because once you have a house, there's always something. Always something. If one of your systems is fucking up.
Not exactly what I was hoping for.
And so you learn, or else you better have a lot of money, how to do a little bit of everything. I shouldn't have been fast searching, but I did. I'm better putting stuff that stacks in here. I'll put the ammo in here. Put plague samples in here. I think. Actually, it's probably better to have stuff that stacks on your person. 3 years later, we're here at the homecoming, and I'm finally deciding that stacks of stuff are better in your pockets. But no, that makes sense, because that's the stuff you're grabbing all the time, so that might as well just go ahead and fill a slot. I got lucky that they didn't bring very many. It's mostly because I haven't killed a heart yet.
Seems to be clear. This is quite a load I'm carrying.
I've got to work basically a double Monday and Tuesday, so I don't think I'll be able to get to the recording. I'd planned on getting the Rogue Company edit done. I don't know if I'm going to have time now. Maybe I still will find that time this weekend. If anything, maybe even Sunday night. I just need to really get to it, but I was more interested and excited to play this than anything. I think I'll film an episode to get a workout in, and then we'll keep going. That way I'm just feeling fresh as a daisy. Definitely need to do a lot of looting, and I'm going to assume that these missions, I should have really stopped fast searching, are not going to want a timeout. See, I wish I could break that down right there and then. If you have a workshop, or if you are, that could make craftsmanship and like infrastructure and that whole skill set that's generally the worst in the game, turn it into a more interesting skill set immediately. If they made it so that if you're that kind of character, you can actually break down stuff on the flow, on the go. Why is it like off the map? Oh, he's at a heart. They really want us to kill this heart. I have a heavy weapon. I guess I can go old school. Well, I'm going to have to go old school, but I really don't want to kill the heart because of the whole standing situation, but I think I'm going to have to, it looks like. Maybe I can get out of there without killing it. My whole strategy on lethal for the last couple runs is all about waiting it out. I better drop this shit off first. It's going to be the advantage to Oz if we can keep her alive. She should be really good at hustling out and bringing a lot of stuff home. Oh, so if you have power, your outposts also get power? Dude, there's a spotlight on there now. There wasn't before. Has that always been that way, or is that new? It's nice to be fresh. I actually feel like my brain is functioning. I'm going to keep the stack of plague samples. And I'll keep the fire on me. Okay, let's go do this. How much am I up to? 141. I can get some more influence off of that trader. I think she's there for like the next 15 minutes. I still really believe, as much as Undead Labs doesn't seem to want to do this, that getting a... Playing in lethal should reward prestige. Killing a heart, killing a blood plague jug, killing blood plague ferals should give you influence and prestige, and that should be one of the big benefits of continuing to play at this difficulty.
But the house looks empty.
That's not good. I know this is asking a lot, but could you please check it out for me?
Definitely.
I'm gonna shut up and just try to listen when it comes to the dialogue. I'm definitely interested in the story and where Undead Labs is taking things. I don't think I have to kill the heart. I think I just have to search the house. I don't intend to kill the heart right now. Though that would be the influence we need. Just risky. Is he in the heart itself? Does he die within the first minute? Is this like The Last of Us? They kill the most beloved character off in the first 5 minutes? Oh, here we go. This map depicts a small section of Trumbull Valley. A note on the bottom reads, "Hello, neighbor. Please use the supply stash on this map to restock as needed." Just come to say hi.
Lily, you read
Oh, really?
I'm out here looking for Ray, but all I found is a map of some nearby farms.
No. Ray usually spends more time out in the field than at home. That map could lead me right to him. I suggest you start with
The game expected you to have this heart killed already because of the opening mission. Okay. I don't want to do this, but I really need the influence. I'm going to put this backpack in. We'll use our... Where's our truck? I guess it's pretty close. Put this rucksack in there. Close this up. Man, I wish I had some scent blocker at the very least. Okay.
I'm not scared of you.
So that's gonna spawn a feral, as we know.
I think that really hurt it. Oh, pretty baked up.
What exactly... What happened there? I'm confused as to what even happened there. Why we went down. The game's still not being too crazy.
I think it's almost down.
No, there's a feral coming though. We're getting lucky on the feral thus far. Okay, I guess we're gonna be stuck there. If I don't have to pop this other energy, I won't. Nice. How much influence do we get for that? That's shit. Come on. Things are being weird, man. Like her almost dying. I want her to finish this mission, but
That's almost as much as I can carry.
I really just want her out of here now. We'll come back for the rest later. What do I have? Wait, this says now there's Valley Denzians. 218? That was only worth 100 influence? I'm not sure I understand that. What's this? From my understanding, some of the best bases they've ever made are in the Trumbull Valley map that they've really gone through and... Oh, a van.
Hello, I'm Ray. Nice to meet you.
That's huge.
Let me guess. Lily sent you out looking for me because I haven't returned her calls. I should be upset, but the truth is, I could use a little help. I thought I had stashed some useful medicine here, but now I'm thinking the clinic up the road is my best bet.
Backpack is also huge.
You mind keeping me company? I'm not moving as fast as I used to.
Ray's getting old. There's the telephone. I want that backpack.
Hey, the clinic I need to search isn't very far. Do you mind tagging along? Thank you. Sincerely.
All right, come on, Ray. Is he gonna drive a car?
Shouldn't
Nope.
take long to get there.
That'll be really interesting when they add
Ray,
the ability for people to drive themselves.
why do you need my help with this?
My body keeps reminding me I'm not a young man anymore.
Especially in lethal zone, good lord.
Racked up too many miles, I'm afraid.
I assume they've made these people
Ray,
so they can't die.
supply stashes you've set up.
I would hope, unlike random people.
Take care of the valley. After all, I'm not going to be here forever.
So is this foreshadowing? Is this very obvious and early foreshadowing that our boy Ray ain't gonna make it through? Oh, this is a throwback because this was the first mission in State of Decay 1 is you had to go check out this clinic.
Lights out first?
Like how you think.
Oh, that sucks. Use the truck bed. Now, from what I know, it doesn't hurt it as much. It used to be like basically the same, unfortunately. It was never the same back in the State of Decay 1 days. I think it always did a little less, but they had to change it. And that was only a couple updates ago to actually make it so that in Lethal and Nightmare, your vehicle didn't just get completely destroyed. Ray loved killing things with cars. That was his mission line in State of Decay 1.
Find some painkillers and then rest here for a while.
Ray, I get the feeling there's something you're not telling me.
I apologize, my friend. I suppose I owe you the truth. The fact is, well, the fact is I'm dying.
What? You're dying?
Yeah, I'm afraid it's the big C.
I had a feeling he was going to say he had cancer.
Cancer? Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. But how can you be sure?
I watched my father go through the same thing a long time ago. And my uncle too. Now it's my turn. Even with so much work left to do. But please keep this quiet. Not many people know, and I don't want folks worrying about me.
How does he know that he has cancer?
More help, I promise to keep it calm.
Like, there's no hospitals that are remaining. There's doctors and stuff, but you have to screen for cancer. How would they know?
We'll talk again soon.
Take care.
Not trying to be a dick, but I mean, Lily's got like, you know why she's dying? She had fibromyalgia or she has some kind of chronic lung disease. So you know what's going on with her because she was diagnosed
I suppose
Now, if he was diagnosed before all this happened, what, like 2 years ago is the timeline that this is all happening, then I guess that makes sense. I really don't want to give those people a rucksack of food is the problem. Did that not give us influence? Oh, there's an enclave here. This is where Ray is set up at. He sets up at the clinic. Used to live with some other local folks, but apparently they got mad and left at him and left town. Now he's all alone and dying of cancer. Damn, things are getting worse for old Ray Santos, huh? This is cool though, and I hope that they do this going into the future. I mean, I'm sure that the game's going to change considerably with State of Decay 3. It'll be State of Decay. I sure hope anyway. You know, and the way that we understand it, because the fundamental ideas of State of Decay 1 are present in the sequel. It's still State of Decay, but
I can't breathe.
there was big changes to the systems underlying the game. Once you get past the foundation, the actual like design around it got a lot deeper. This is something I wish was a part of State of Decay from the early going though, which is that we throw out more food than we should. I gathered it all up instead. Oh. Damn. Alright, Oz. That must be one of our things. That's helpful. That each mission, Meager, Drucker, would have stories attached to them. And I thought more about what we were talking about last night, which was having like a more having a deeper end game besides running repetitive runs on Daybreak, and that would be building characters and I hope that's for the third game. That there should be a third, once you get past these specializations, there should be a third, maybe even a fourth tier. I think there should be a third tier on everything, but requires a character that's been legacied. And then once you legacy them and bring them back to play again, you can start to dive down that third tier specialization. And then there would be a fourth tier specialization, but you can only pick one
It looks like this place is cleared out.
across all of these skills. So like it'd be the final specialization. Now the question would become, oh, okay, well what are you going to do? Because you've already got increased search speed and all this stuff. Well, that fourth one would be where you unlock the more arcadey stuff. Like now your bullets just have fire on them. We're still, I mean, they're trying to be realistic, but at the same time we're talking about monsters that are 12 feet tall with the juggernauts and pharaohs that somehow have a crust on their head and run in giant packs and, you know, screamers, the whole thing. Like, we're still in the freaking zombie apocalypse. It's anti-realism. Something that's dead can't be alive. Or you'd have infinite matter. You'd have a perpetual motion machine. It can't, according to the laws of the universe, that can't exist. So we're already breaking realism in every regard. And of course, it's just a great, like, metaphor for any virus pandemic like we're currently living in.
Okay, creepers are coming now.
It really shouldn't be that big of a deal that we made that noise because I'll loot this more later. We have both an outpost and an enclave here, and I really think they don't want Ray to die, and I imagine they've coded it so that he can't die. I thought every map would have a story like that. Would tell a tale instead of being open-ended. I also thought that the way the stories would be structured would be considerably different, though, too. I thought that it feels like they... To look at it now, see, I'm having a tough time because I always used to say, well, it should be your legacy missions and then the hearts are like the final thing. But to look at it, it makes sense these days that was the only way they could do things, and it also gives the player the ability to take things at their own pace. But the reason that I always felt like it was backwards is because the legacy missions back before Lethal and Nightmare were like nothing. You know, it was 3 missions, you ran around, they were easy peasy. NPCs, they couldn't even kill you back in the day unless they meleeed you to death, I guess, but good luck having that happen. And it felt like, okay, you've already done the big challenge, so why now is it kind of easy? And to a degree, it's still that way, because you've killed the Blood Plague. But, see, in some missions, like the Trader mission, it's coming back to me now, they would have you do things that you've, like, already definitely done. Like, trade something. Go around and make some trades with enclaves. Well, if you've killed all the Blood Plague in the map, you 100% using Windows is a super important part of Lethal. That when we were doing those speed runs, definitely learn more about, but learn how to utilize better. You've already done this super challenging thing. Why in the world are the legacy missions the most challenging thing in the game on how to do the most trite stuff? Like, this is it. You're gonna end this whole community and they play almost like a tutorial. Here's how you trade. Think about the Warlord that we just finished as I'm recording this. It was, the first mission was excuse me, kill 10 zombies. Okay. Like, you kill hundreds of zombies, if not thousands of zombies on your way to killing the Plague Hearts, especially on Lethal where you got 30 of the damn things. So the missions don't make sense. Now that's one of those pieces of, I don't know what they would call that. I really don't want to give them that freaking food. Like legacy. It's like legacy content. That would be the word for it in game dev lingo these days. The cars, the upgraded cars that aren't really upgraded in the under the veil of same time I feel like if I give them that, they'll probably be free to recruit. Lethal Zone. How did she learn about the cancer? I thought we were keeping that a little secret. I'm gonna have to load a ruck.
I guess if anyone can understand what you're going through, it should be me.
You don't have cancer, you've got asthma.
Out there all on your own.
Jesus, it was cheaper just to fucking...
Alright, Ray. If you say so.
I guess I'm gonna give the bastards the food. Just so we can get another character and hopefully get medicine. So, it's one of those things where it didn't age well. It seems out of place, because if you're playing Lethal and you're doing Legacies, yeah, you know how to kill 10 zombies. It's also one of those things that still didn't even make sense then. If you killed the Blood Plague Hearts, even in Standard Zone, even when this game first launched, you totally knew how to kill zombies. And everybody that I talked to when the game first came out, when it had probably the biggest... I know that they got a lot of people back with Choose Your Own Apocalypse, but...
We're good. Thanks. Take care. Hey, how's it going?
They're still 750?
Let's see what you've got.
Why are they still 750?
It's good to see you.
Oh, we can recruit. Oh, man, it's going to cost me everything. But I'll tell you what.
Hi.
I'm going to do it.
We'd really like someone with your talents in our community.
If you threaten the Enclave, I still don't think that you can just immediately shoot them, though, right?
That's pretty heavy.
Because that kind of goes against my whole thing of, yeah, you should just be able to take on whatever Enclave you want. I guess you can? Okay, well, we got our medicine expert. That's probably a pretty good episode, and I'll try to remember to... Holy shit, let's get out of here. Okay, truck's getting pretty banged up. I'm gonna probably save and quit too. I'll end the episode here, and we'll try to remember that we're talking about how mission order is funny. I'll write that down.